Hey YouTube, so this is the second part video in my home theater build, and today in this video I'm going to be building my frame for my home theater screen. I decided to do a DIY screen for a few reasons. One, it's going to be much cheaper, and after looking at all the reviews and just AV forums, things like that, YouTube videos, I decided to go with a spandex screen. So that's going to be comprised of a wooden frame supported by metal brackets, and then a black spandex material, and then a white spandex material over that. The black spandex material behind the screen adds a little bit more contrast and keeps the image from bleeding through the white spandex. So the dimensions I settled on were, for the screen portion, are 53 inches high, 127.2 inches wide, for a diagonal 137 inches. And this is a 2:4:1 ratio, and I chose 2:4:1 because it's going to allow me to fit all the movie content I want on it, as well as anything that is 16:9. So that includes, all your Netflix, Hulu, Amazon content, your video game content. For me, I do PlayStation 4 gaming, and TV is in 16:9. So with this wall, that's basically going to be the size of my 16:9 content. And roughly where you see the blue corner tape, kind of right there and hidden, is going to be about the size of my 2:4:1 content. So this kind of gives me the best of both worlds. Doing it this way, I get a very large 16:9 image on this wall, and I'm sitting approximately 13 feet back. And then when I'm watching movies, which is an ultra wide, I'm going to get an even more larger immersive experience. So for the rest of this video, it's just going to be time lapse of me building this. I won't really go too much into detail because there's plenty of other videos that show you how to build this. So for the construction, I'm going to be going with a 2-pocket hole corner joint with a Craig jig, and then for added stability and rigidity in the frame, I'm going to be using these corner brackets, which will just add a lot more strength and rigidity to the entire frame. And yeah, that's it. I'll be showing you time-lapse footage of everything going on, and I won't be showing any of the cutting. Everyone knows what wood being cut with a chop saw looks like. So yeah, just come along and enjoy the ride. So here's a list of materials you're going to need for this project. Okay, so right here the vertical support pieces are being built. I'm just drilling 2-pocket holes with a Craig jig into each side of the support pieces. And I decided to construct this in the basement because I wasn't sure I was going to be able to get this thing up and down the stairs, around the corners, and through the door. Here the main part of the frame is coming together, and I'm using a flat piece of wood under the butt joints to make sure that everything just matches up flush. And it also helps to have a square and a smaller square to make sure that all the joints are flush and 90 degrees. Here I'm just adding the corner metal brackets to add strength and rigidity to the overall frame. Normally I would have glued this entire thing together to make it much more strong and rigid, but because this has to be able to be taken apart and moved into my forever home, I wanted to construct it in such a way that it can be taken apart relatively easily. Okay, so here I'm attaching the 45-degree angle cleats that are attaching to the top part of this frame, which will allow me to put the opposite side of the cleats onto the wall and then hang the frame on it. This part can be glued. And I'm just measuring to make sure it's evenly spaced out, the 3 cleats between each of those 3 spaces of the frame. Okay, right here the black spandex is being stapled on. It's easy to do one side, and then as you go around, just pull and staple. It does make it easier and quicker if you have another person helping you. Here my girlfriend is helping me. And as you're doing this, just make sure you take your time and make sure there are no creases or wrinkles in the frame. So during this part of the video, I want to talk about a mistake I made while making this DIY frame. I sourced the spandex from a local fabric supplier, and when I got there, I didn't bother to check it when I purchased it. I got it home, got half of it tacked up, only to find that there were a few spots where there was just some dirt on it, and then also at the bottom part, I found a snag. And this is the part that's really crucial. So I recommend, if you're going to do this, go and have them lay out the entire length and check it front and back for any dirt or snags or tears, and also ask if they could pull the fabric from the inside of the cardboard so that you can guarantee that there's not going to be any dirty spots or snags or tears. I also wanted to mention that building this screen myself allowed me to save over $300. The black spandex was about $30, so was the white spandex, and the amount of wood also cost around $30. So all in all, I spent just around $100 building this screen, which turned out to be 137 inches diagonally in a 2:4:1 aspect ratio. Compare that to the silver ticket screen on Amazon, which cost $419. In this clip, the white spandex is being attached, and the easiest way to do this is to attach one side completely, the vertical long side, and then once that's done, stand it upright with a helper, which you're definitely going to need. Have them stand on one side, you stand on the other, and pull and staple. And you just want to do sections and little areas at a time, because it's crucial that there is no wrinkles in this. Okay, right here, the cleats are going up on the wall. Pretty standard stuff. I didn't have a laser level, so I just kind of had to do a bunch of measurements to make sure they would line up exactly where I needed them to, and lo and behold, they did end up being exactly where I needed them to. But a laser level would have made this go a lot quicker without having to measure so much and use the level. Alright, and finally, I'm just attaching the black felt tape that I got from carlsplace.com. Goes on pretty easily.